Good morning, Dr. Anand. Nice to have you around.
Thank you.
I noticed this pen which you gave me some time back. It says Dr. Anand Holistic Center, Newcastle. Could you tell me something about the holistic medicine that you have been doing and how you reached that point?
Right. Well, when you think of Western medicine, you think of tablets, you think of diagnosis, you think of operation. You never think about the human being. And the more I do work in Western medicine, which I've been in 40 years, I passed in 1974, it's 2008, so it's 34 years, I realized that Western medicine has just gone after diseases. The more sick you are, the more the doctor is interested in you. And the more better you are, they're not interested.
Right.
So it's like the 10 commandments. Thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not this, don't take salt, don't take sugar. What am I to do? I don't know. So really Western medicine is about medicine, the tablets. Western medicine is not about health. Put it another way, if you won a crore rupees, would you ask a beggar how to invest it? Or would you ask an investment banker?
Naturally.
So when you're ill and really ill, come to me. But you've got good health, avoid me. Otherwise you'll get seriously ill. Western medicine is about keeping people ill and curing their symptoms. It never looks at the causes.
But tell me, right from your school days, how gradually you went into medicine? Because from what I know about you, you were doing physics and you were into making transistors and you were also doing a lot of music in your childhood.
But yes, I come from a sort of upper class, middle class family of professionals. Parents sent us to the best schools that they could afford because they know that what's between your ears is the wealth you carry. So I then was in my school making radios and all. I got very interested, but very soon I realized that I used to make the radios to impress people. However, I made the mistake to go and do physics in Delhi. But that was not my cup of tea. I always enjoyed...
Why do you say made the mistake?
I think it's a mistake because I really wanted to work with people.
But you went to St. Stephen's, which was the
it,
ultimate in India.
But the subject was wrong.
Okay.
Physics is dry, boring subject. I enjoy human beings.
But you made transistors.
Yes.
You made electronic guitar, as you were telling me.
I did. But again, the electric guitar is to communicate with people. And very soon I realized that Indian music is about communication. When Ravi Shankar ji plays, when Bhimsen Joshi sings, they are talking soul to soul. And I was very impressed with that. So I used to play the flute. I still play the flute occasionally. I play the guitar, which I made. But the making of the guitar is not such a big deal to me as playing the music and reaching human beings and satisfying my own soul. I mean, it's good to impress you, but if I impress myself and my God, that is what Indian music is about. So Western medicine and Western music is for the public, is for the plebs. Western music is to please the king. Indian music is for the soul.
I know about Indian classical dancing.
Yes.
That's what it says.
Same thing.
You do it for yourself.
Yes.
You don't do it for the public.
Exactly. Exactly.
Sing with music too.
So same with the music, and I realized that the different notes have a different effect. For instance, I teach music in schools, by the way. Sa dha pa ma ga re sa. Now, no culture in the world will say it's a happy song.
Right.
It's just notes. Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re sa. It's nothing to do with words. And English school children who've never eaten a samosa, seen an Indian person, they say, I feel sad. So it is universal. Art has to be understood by children. If it's not, it's a cheat.
Okay.
If you have to explain art, it's fake. But children of 8 get this. And I must tell you that Indian classical music is the oldest surviving art form in the world. There were other things. There were better things. They're gone. Look, finished. Deceased. Finito. I mean,
but then what message do you have to give the Indian children back home where I'm still teaching? Because they are going into Western music. I keep telling them, very good. Western music is very good, no doubt. Look, as any music is very good. But then how do you tell them that please carry on with your Indian classical as well? Because...
I tell them my story, that I had a nice Bengali friend whose brother taught me a little. He said, these Falana songs are in Bhairavi, these are in Piru. Just he had to say that, and I got going. And then I sang, Bichade hue pardesi, chhod gaye balam, khilona. These all very. Don't they sound similar?
Right.
They match perfectly.
Beautiful, yes.
Then sagam dhani sa nida magasa, adha hai chandrama, tu chupi hai. And all these are malkos, and so on. So anyone in the world can see the pattern recognition. when I saw that, I thought, let's study Indian music. So I read a lot about it, and I realized that Indian classical music is still in the harmonic scale.
But tell me who your guru is in Indian classical music. You didn't have a guru as a child?
No, I didn't have a guru as a childhood. Well, I heard Begum Akhtar and Patna, which is so renowned for no art just now, was a center where you didn't know whether to go to Hemant Kumar or Manna De or Bhimsen Joshi or Ravi Shankar or Nikhil Banerjee. So I was lucky that I was in my hometown in the best period, not in Ashoka's time.
Right. That might have been
not in Chandragupta Maurya's time.
Right.
But in Shatrughan Sinha's time,
right.
when there was music.
Right.
And that has left a mark.
Chitragupta was your neighbor.
Yes,
yeah,
yes. So
neighbor.
all these people had some kind of an influence, and though our parents couldn't afford my family to go and learn music, nobody teaches you, learn for yourself. So I'm a bit like Eklavya. So I taught myself. And when the opportunity came in Newcastle upon Tyne, I had an Indian music teacher and wife stay with me for 8 years.
My goodness, that's a long time.
Well, the truth is that music is still inside me. They are gone, but they aren't gone. The music isn't gone. I don't practice at all. But my musical notes are much more accurate today than when they were teaching. Because it really sinks in.
Very interesting, absolutely.
And as you know, music makes the brains concordant. The two halves of the brain match. So that's one side. So the music became very
you were
important.
also telling me that maybe that is the reason why the male surviving rate of musicians is higher than normal males.
Absolutely. I did a talk to English people and said, Ravi Shankar, 89, Bismillah Khan just died, 85, Bhimsen Joshi just stopped singing, 84, 85, Manna De, still alive,
I've seen him in
83. So an Englishman asked me, why don't our musicians survive? I said, because they need wine and women. Because they don't get satisfaction in their music. They're all alcoholics. Tell me one, Beethoven, Bach, because they were doing it to please people. This music is for yourself. So the other thing I want to tell your students about Indian music is, there was an American boy in 1997. Well, you can see it yourself. Type the word Mozart, M-O-Z-A-R-T, and in Google, and mouse, chuha. And the following experiment will come up. This boy had a massive garage, his father's garage, and he put mice 24 in 3 fish tanks, not obviously without water. He used to put them through a maze as big as this table, 6 foot by 3 feet, and they took an average of 10 minutes. 3 weeks later, the mice who were the control group and were left in silence, they were fed and cleaned and that's all, could do it in 5 minutes. So 10 minutes down to 5 minutes. The mice who heard Mozart, forget Indian classical music, could do it in 1.5 minutes. So 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1.5 minutes. And the mice who heard heavy metal, you know, the kind of vibhats music of the West. I'm not saying all music of the West is vibhats, but that certainly is disgusting. When they break guitars, I mean, we worship Saraswati, and these idiots break the guitar, they take drugs. I don't know where these Indian children are going to for inspiration. These are the people, but look what happened to the mice. 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1.5. These mice who heard heavy metal increased their time to 30 minutes, from 10 to 30, and started killing each other. None of the other mice killed each other.
So that's what the children will do if they do metal. Yes.
Well, if you see people in cars, we are talking about music, in cars, this doom, 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 doom. What do you think these silly little babies are doing? They have put themselves in their mother's womb. They've heard their mother's heart rate at the age of 4.5 years. Doom,
years
doom,
or months.
I meant months. They've heard that. And then they copy it by being cocooned. They don't want to hear the outside sound. I feel so sad when you sit in the aeroplane, everyone's ears are plugged. I'm not talking to you. Why can't we talk to each other?
Right.
So though I'm interested in music, I'm more interested in the music of your words.
Yes.
That's the music side, and I've been interested in electronics. And I went to Vivekanand Kendra in India for 3 months.
Right.
So I learned a bit of yoga, but I don't believe in discipline. I don't believe in doing the same thing again and again for the next 50 years. Life is for living. I believe in a messy garden.